Good afternoon, everyone, and warmly welcome to our webinar, where we will cover all hours product update. Today, we will be with you, Dario Radošević, and myself, Marina Cvjetinović. We both are part of the sales team in Spika. Before we start, I would kindly invite you to use our chat in case of any questions. We will try to answer them or send you an answer after the webinar, depends on the timing. With all hours, we bring together employees and business. We support remote, hybrid, and home office or office work. So all hours is cloud-based solution with many features, different time events registration, for example, arrival, departure, business departure, work from home, and so on. Then absence management with different types of sick leave, holidays, business leaves, and so on. Setting schedules and working schemes to the users and planning. Displaying data in several graphical views. Creating and printing different types of report which can be exported in Excel, PDF, and CSV format. Let's talk about registration points, or better said, a way of registration. You can freely choose between terminals and cards. You can use web application, mobile application, or combinations of all these mentioned ways. What sets all hours apart is an easy and fast system implementation, and of course, a wide range of features. Since most of my working time, I'm being connected directly with customers and communication with them. I'm constantly informed about the rules and challenges they are facing about time and attendance. And this information are very useful for our features and feature development. More about the latest feature will be shared by Dario, who am I passing the microphone now. So Dario, please.
Thank you, Marina. And hi from my side also. So like Marina said, today we are going to talk about all hours and the new features that we offer in the system. In the last year, 2021, and in the first quarter of 2022, our development team presented a couple of new interesting features, and we would like you to see them in live. Maybe some of you are already using them, but today we will see a bit how we can use all hours and how can all hours help us with better time management in our companies. Okay, so like you saw on the agenda, today I'm going to talk about our payroll export and the counters, about our new calendar. We will see how you can manage your overtimes in your companies, and you will see also how you can manage different clocking points and clocking options in the system. I prepared a short demo account for you, and I will present everything within the app all hours. So let's start. So first one are the counters and the payroll. Probably most of you already know that we know some time rules, and we use time policies, different time policies and different work plans to manage our time and attendance in the companies. And today I'm going to talk more about daily counters and the curls. So if you go in the settings and you click on the global time rules, you will go in the settings of system rules, daily counters, and the curls. And sometimes my internet goes slowly and I'm signing into 2 accounts, so maybe all hours needs some more time to see what I'm doing. Okay, so global time rules, you have it here, and then you have daily counters and the curls. Those are the counters that you can use later in calculating data for time and attendance, getting reports data, or see them in the timelines view. Okay, so let's try to see some of the basic ones you already have in the system. So you always will see in the all our systems some system counters, and you see we can only edit them, so we cannot delete them. So attendance, so how many hours we were present in the company. Business leave, how many hours we were on the business leave registered, how many hours on the holiday leave, lunch hours, maternity leave, night hours, paid absence, paternity leave, physical presence, sick leave in hours, use of surplus hours, vacation leave, and those. But we can also create some of new ones that you want to use. Some of, let's see here, work from home. As many of our customers today are working from home, we created a new counter here. And I will show how you can use them in hours and days, as our customers would like to see how many hours we are working from home. And you see that I have a counter saying a time value. So if I click here on the edit, I can create a rule name and I can choose the type of this rule value. So number of instances in a day or a period, number of days with an instance, or time value. And this one is in hours, so I will use the time value. Then I say the rule. Okay, all hours, can you give me only source of paid time and in a category of work from home? We have different also conditions. We can say, give me only working days or weekend days. We can say, give me only hours from some interval. So I can say from start to end. So, and I will show you later in the night hours how it works. I can also put some restrictions by value, and I can say, okay, do not count lunch meal if I'm not present 4 or more hours in the company. So I can say put 4 hours and calculate only if threshold is exceeded. And we also have different action events, so we can subtract, add value, calculate difference, cut if greater, add if lower, or round in some parameters. So those are the actions you can use to manage your counters. So this is work from home in hours. I will also show how you can manage your work from home in days. So you see it's the same setup, but now here we have numbers of days with an instance. And let's go to the timeline and let's choose someone who is not registered today. And we will see it here. So who is not registered? Everyone, but we will say that Ben, we will change his arrival to work from home. And we will say that I started at 8 a.m. Okay, and I will also add a departure so we can see how many hours, 3:08 p.m. Okay, and we will see that now I have vacation from work from home in days 1, and I have also work from home in hours 5:45. Also in the rules of paid time that I have in my settings. Okay, so those were some of the counters and the rules that you can use. We also have in the curl, so we have a vacation balance and the last year vacation balance, and you can always see the setup of those counters if you click on the edit. You can also add new ones if you wish. Like I said, those are there are some interesting counters that you can use, and let's say here are the weekend hours, and I will show you how we can do this. Okay, I'm adding only paid time. I'm saying in a days only because it's weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, and I can save it, and I can say from when it will start this rule. So let's start from the beginning of the month, and now we have weekend hours. Why we are calculating all of those counters? Because we can get them in calculation details. So you see, I can get all of my counters in the calculation details, and per the rules that we have, we can then get them in the reports. Okay, so if I go to the settings and I go to the payroll settings, you will see now that I have some rules for the payroll, and I can get this data in the payroll export. So you see, let's say a shift plan can be a payroll ID of 0001 for your payroll system. Then a sick leave in hours can be 003 or maybe more zeros if you have. So you can set up an ID for those counters, and then you can get it in the export for the payroll. You can choose also between different delimiter options. You can also choose between different export duration, and also for the hours and also for the days. And if I save this, I go to the payroll view, and I can generate a report. And you see, I have a payroll report ready. Beside payroll export, you can also create a report that you will use and export it to the Excel or PDF. So if I choose some of the time reports here, you will see that you can, just a second. Okay, so I can choose a daily summary, a period summary, let's call it, and I can generate this report. Some of you maybe are also aware that you can change this report. So if I click here on the right, I can choose different counters that I have created before, and I can say, okay, in this report, I want to have different counters, and you can save it. And you have then a question, save as, and I can say, this is a webinar 1 report. Okay, save it. And you will see now that I will have all the data that I have checked to have in this report. All of those data you can export to PDF, Excel, or CSV. Okay, so this is the first topic for today, counters and the payroll data. The next one, and it was a big feature from the last year that we provided to our customers and users, is the calendar view. So we have two different calendar views now. So we have a calendar board and we have a calendar one person. So one person calendar is usually available for all the employees, where they can see their registrations and absences, and also different categories to analyze their personal data. So me as a manager, I can choose different users, but usually only personal users are checking their data here. But you as a manager can have a calendar board, and you have 3 tabs up here. So absence calendar, schedule, and the analyze. Okay. So absence calendar is the first one, and this one can help you with better management of your absences in the company. We have, if you will see here, we have 3 different colors. The white one color are the absences the managers created, and they're already approved. So they are already in the system. The green one are the absences the users, employees, have sent to be approved, and they are also already approved. And the yellow one are pending. So this one is pending, and if you click, you can already, if you have the rights to do it, you can approve it or reject it. So this is an absence calendar which can help you to better manage your absences. So if you go to different months, you can see all the requests and absences waiting for you or being already in the system. You can filter by different departments or the tags for the easier management of the data. Before I go to the schedule, I will go now to the analyze. The analyze calendar can show you all the data that you have in the all hours, and you have different data here. So if I go to the April, and you will see that those are all of my employees here, I can see what I can see here. So Ben Affleck was on Friday the 1st, and Saturday the 1st, he was working. So his prevalent category was physical attendance. Then from the 4th to the 8th, he was on a vacation leave. Then 11th and 12th, he was in the office, so present. On the 13th, we don't have anything, so I'm missing something. And here on the 20th, today, I told you we have a work from home. So from the categories and the icons, you can know what is happening. If I click here on the 13th, now I can go to the employee timeline, and I can see. So what's the problem? we have arrival and arrival. So I can say here, okay, he was clicking something wrong, and I can change this to the departure, and I can say Dario to the departure. Okay, this is one of the options. And again, blue and the yellow line are calculated by the time policy rules. This is probably shift 2, which one has only 8 hours without any overtime. Okay, let's go back to the calendar also to see what we can see in the analyze. So now we are seeing prevalent categories. If you click here on the filter, you have also some interesting filters that you can use. Shift start. So when should I start according to their rules? Exceptions, and this one is quite cool. So here with the exceptions, I can see, okay, I have 10 unpaired events in this period of April. I have 2 missing, so they should be here, but they are missing during required time because they have some required time to be at their place. And I have 1 late arrival. So with an icons, you can then see what is happening. So if I go here on the David, I can go to employee timeline, and I can see here that he was on a business departure. We filtered this as we ended his day at the end of his paid time, and I can add here a departure. Okay, so 8 p.m., 4 p.m., it was 4 p.m., and I can click OK. So now I wouldn't have that restriction. Okay, let's go here again to the analyze. So you can find different exceptions, and also if you don't have exceptions, you should go to your settings, global time rules, and then below here you need to see if you have them enabled, and also you need to see which one you have enabled. I have here early departure exception, late arrival exception, unpaired departure, unpaired arrival. So you have the list of the exceptions that you can use here. Okay, let's go back a little bit more to analyze what you can see also. Daily difference, it's a cool one also. So I can see how many hours they are working overtime in the line. So see here is on 0, this is weekend, and the +2, lighter green, and the bigger green, so 12 hours plus. Okay, something is maybe going wrong here. I need to check this out. So this way you can better manage your data and ease up your work. You also can set up different managers so they can see only employees they are working with. Okay, some of you are always asking also last year vacation balance. I can see it here. I already have a counter. Or vacation balance. How many vacation days I have so far? Or also I have other counters that we already have in the system. And now we go to the middle tab, the last one in the calendar, and we provided you with a scheduling option in all hours. So all of you guys have scheduling options here. So what you can do here, you can schedule your employees. You can see compact view, you can see a detailed view if you have any extra information, and you can see a tiled view. So what I can see here, I can see from the settings of the user how he's working. So Dario Affleck here is working flexi time from 8 to 4 p.m. So he's on a flexi time policy. I can see here we did some change with a flexi time with a required time. Let's say we want to plan something in the May. We see all the absences already planned here. We see the holiday if they have it here, and I can say, okay, Mark, you won't be working on a flexi time here. I need you to change someone in the production, and I can say to you, okay, you will be working in a shift 2 this time, and it's changed. You can choose different options to click. If I click on a name, you will select all the May. If I click on the May 2nd here up, you will select all the May 2nd for all the users. If I hold Ctrl, you can choose different people and then change the time policies for your users. You can also choose some favorite time policies, and the last one and the next time when you click, you will have first them, and then you have an option to choose others. Okay, so you can plan your time in all hours. It's quite easy. Employees can see it. You will see later how you can see it also in the mobile app. Okay, so we did counters and the payroll. We did absence calendar. We did calendar exceptions and the scheduling. And now we go to the overtime management. Okay, I already told you a bit about the counters, how we can manage them. Now let's see in the real example. And I will go here in the timelines. And I will choose 1 day. And I will go, let's say, to the today's day. You will see that most of my users have running balance of a minus here. So they are in some minus here, but they also have some pluses, daily pluses here. Okay, so they have some data here what you can work with. Okay, I will just go to the users, and for you, I will set up an action that I want to set the calculation date from this month on. So from the 1st April. You will see later when the all hours recalculates everything, they will start from the 1st of April from the 0, and they will have later some overtime that we can manage. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the settings now. If I go to the global time rules, you will see that we have some plan. Okay, you can set up a global time rule, so you can set up a time policy plan, and we can calculate how many hours your employees should work by this rule. Then we have also rule of paid time. So how many hours we will accept as a paid time within a day. So someone has a flexi time policy. You can start whenever you want. You should work 8 hours, and you can end whenever you want. You can also collect your overtime hours, a daily difference as you want, and you can manage leave earlier, come later in the morning if you want. But in some cases you want to have it 8 hours. So here we have an option, paid time 8 hours, plan is 8 hours. So I know that there is no options for overtime without any correction. Shift starts at 6:30, and now we go to here to the daily difference. Okay, so how we calculate daily difference? Paid time, it's going to the plus, and shift plan is going to the minus. I will present it here, how you can see it. So if I go to the today for the David Beckham, and yeah, here on a Saturday he doesn't have any plan, and I will delete this one here. Okay, so you will see that he will be in a minus today. He has a flexi working time from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and he's in minus 8 hours. If I add him arrival and the departure at 8 p.m. according to the rules, you will see here now. We need a departure here. I need to change this, sorry. Yeah, you will see that I have 4 hours in plus today. So 4 hours of overtime that I can then leave later. In total, my balance is 12:45. Let's go back a bit to see where I can manage this balance. So global time rules, daily overtime, daily difference. This is a daily difference. And now I have a running balance. So this is a running balance, and it's calculated that daily difference. I'm adding each day daily difference. And I have a simple, interesting rule also here. So everyday calendar event type. So on a payday, first in the month, I use yesterday's value and I cut it if greater than 0. So each month I'm cutting my minuses and the plus, add if lower, and cut if greater. So each first day of the month, my running balance is 0. This is an automatic event, and it helps you to easier manage your time. You can do it in a quarter, in a half year, in the whole year, depending on your rules. Okay, let's go see something else also that I wanted to show you. Sometimes your employees need to stay longer. They are working 8 hours, paid time is 8 hours, but they need to stay longer. You said to them, you can stay today longer, and you want to prove this. So this yellow line is unpaid time. He was in the office, so he departed at 3 p.m. and he was in the office. And I want to give him this time. So you see, daily is minus 2:15. I can click add adjustment, add time, paid time interval, and already I have from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and 8 minutes. Okay, okay, and you will see that the color will change from the yellow to blue, and his minus is now minus 1.1 hour and 7 minutes. So you can manage overtime in different ways. Your employees can have some basic rules, but if they stay longer, if you want them to stay longer, if you work in a production, you can manage their overtime this way. You can also manage their work time through the time policies. So let's say if I have a flexi time working time policy, you will see that I have 8 hours and duration 24. Shift start is from 8, but you can work anytime if you want. If I go to the different time policy, let's say shift 1, you will see that my plan is inherited. So from the global time rules, it's 8, and my paid time is only 8. And if you come because you work from Monday to Friday, I automatically suggested that you can come over the weekend and everything will be paid if you come over the weekend. This can be 0 also if you want. We can also automate those time policies. And let's say if I have industrial time, I can automatically, using arrival window restrictions, say if you are clocking in from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., I will give you the rules from the shift 1. If you clock from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., I will give you the rules from the shift 2. And this way we can automatically manage also industrial time rules. Okay, let's go see, probably all hours already recalculated this one day, and we will go to the last day of the month here, and you will see that their running balance is a little bit lower depending how they were registering. Okay, so counters and the payroll, absence calendar, calendar exceptions and the scheduling, and now we did overtime management. Now the next step is clocking, but before we do this, I want to show you also something about approvals. This is a user called McAfee Ben, okay? This is what employees can see in the app. So what they can see a home view, they can clock in and clock out if you want to allow them. I can see my events, and I can also see my absence requests. I always see how many days of vacation I have left in my counters, and I can see that I have 3 pending, and I have 1 approved and 1 rejected. So always I can see all the data. You will see that on the timelines and on the calendar, I can see only myself, as those are the rules that I can see here. Okay, let's go back now to the Dario, as he's a manager here, and go to the approvals. Okay, so Dario got some requests that he needs to manage. So you see, arrival, Ben added some requests for missing arrival, and I can approve it. Okay, I have also here something to approve, again, arrival, departure. So Ben was missing some of the registrations, and I need to manage this. I can also do more at once. So I can say all the arrival, departure. I can also filter them. Let's say, okay, I want to see pending, but event, all clockings this way. Okay, I see them and I all approve them. He was missing some of the registrations this month. Okay, those are the pending ones I'm waiting here. I can click on the absence calendar and I can also see what is here going on. So McAfee here, he can go, here he can go, okay, but I have this one here, and this one I will say rejected. It will be in the red color. Everything is notified. Also the users and the managers are also notified through the email. Okay, this is how you can manage also approval. So it's quite easy to do it. You have all the data on the web and the mobile app, and you can work with your absences also this way. Okay, and we go to the last section, so location tracking and the reporting things of those locations, and also time clock and what you can do with the time clock. Okay, so first one I registered as the user. I just need to see is the Mark. Okay, we go to the timeline, and I did it today. So you see, I need to choose Cubo Mark, and you see I have some events. This is waiting, my absence is waiting for the approval. This is why my hours will go to the plus. Okay, so this is still not approved, and I see I have some arrival. I was clocking on the field, origin, mobile application, and exact time. I can see on the map where. So I was today at Spica, and this is the location. So you can always track locations from here, okay? I can also go to the reports, and I can go to the events log, and I can see it here. So web app, mobile app, everything is here. I can also see from the icon here that it was added by the manager, so added missing event. So everything can be used here. You can download this export, and you can also manage the columns of the view. You can filter also this by the clockings, by the absences, by the adjustments, or unassigned identifiers if you are using RFID cards. So you have everything in the events log. What else also about location tracking? So you have different authorization roles. So you will see here authorization roles that I have: admin user, employee, manager only can approve registrations, but he cannot edit those. Geofencing employee. So I will show you now McAfee Ben what he has: authorization role and geofencing. Okay, so I said all the users with geofencing role can clock on the mobile app, but they must be on the approved location. So if I'm not on the approved location, my clocking button will be gray, and I cannot use all hours. How can I know on which locations they can clock in? I go to the settings, and I have clocking points, and I have Spica International Geolocation. So this is a geolocation, and I can add this geolocation. He will take right away my location from here. You can also adjust the diameter of this to, let's say, 50 meters, and you can save it. Spica headquarters. Okay, so this is our geolocation that we can use, and you can say you can log in only on approved locations. You have also an option, and I always like to expose this, that you have also an option if you want to give them flexibility where to register. You can again tell them we need to get location before the clocking event. So you can say to them, okay, you can clock in wherever you want, but you need to provide me with the location, because sometimes users, and because of the GDPR, we need to ask them to provide us the location when installing the app. And this way we can say to them, if you do not do that, please go into your settings and provide the location so we can allow you to clock in. Okay, so we did location tracking and the reporting, and now we go to the last option. Many of our users are using time terminals. So time terminals are used to clock in and clock out using RFID cards. If I go to the clocking points, you will see that I already prepared 3 different options for the clocking points. First one is Android time terminal. Android time terminal is Spica all hours application for the time terminal, and you click here on the add time clock, and you choose Android time terminal. This way you can use any Android device. You can download our time terminal app from the Google Play, and then your employees can clock in and clock out on different Android smartphones or smart tablets using RFID cards if you have NFC reader on the tablet or smartphone, or using PIN for the users. The installment is quite easy. You just need to purchase an app from the Google Play. The second option is also Android device, but we can provide you with our Famoco device. This is a more robust device for time clocking. You can buy it from us, And again, you can clock in with PIN or RFID cards. And the last option is our time terminal, so Spitze Zone Touch. And this one also offers some special features. And I will show you this. Spitze Zone Touch time terminal is we can add it this way, add the time clock. You choose Spitze Zone Touch, and what you get an option to open a door. So you can open doors using Spitze Zone Touch. You can connect it to electrical lock, and while clocking, registering the time arrival or departure, we can also control the doors and unlock them. This is a quite useful feature for companies that have private buildings, that have for the manufacturers, that have special entrance for the employees, and you can use this option on any zone touch. You need some special hardware, additional hardware with this, but you can always reach out to the sales and they can help you with the settings of this feature. And the last one is auto clocking. So on the zone touch, we can also do this. Many users, when clocking in and clocking out with a RFID cards, need to click on the time terminal to choose right event. But on the zone touch, we can set up an auto clocking. So I think I already have it here. No, okay. Event definition auto clocking, and I say calculated, and I say in event is arrival and out event is departure. Okay, I save it here, and I go then to the clocking buttons, and I go to the time terminal, and I say default event will be auto clocking. This means that my first or employee first registrations will always be arrival, and the second one will always be departure. In this way, you don't need to, when using auto clocking, you don't need to click on arrival and departure. You just need to click if you are going to the business departure, to the private exit, or some different events. It's also quite useful feature when you have a larger number of employees to speed up the registration process. Okay, this was in short my presentation. I also prepared a short video, so because it's harder to share my screen on the phone using GoToWebinar, so I have a video where you can see I will speak and you can see how mobile app looks like. So you see this is Mark. He can also see his time, also the calculations, his schedule. I'm working today from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. My plan is 8 hours. I have a running balance on 260. I can move in the days to see the data. So you have everything here. If I click on the absences, I can see my vacation time. Okay, let's go a little bit back here. Not here, but here I can see on the absences, I can see how many days of vacation I have, how many approved or pending or rejected request I have. Then you can also see the presence of your colleagues in the company. You can filter this, and also you can see your schedule. So you can see your schedule, how you are working. So you can see the balances, you can see the schedule in the app. This is it. And before I end, I will just give you the time to ask me something. I will maybe say that always in the app on the left you have help, and on the right you have a chat where you can chat with us, and also you have an option to see what is new. We are sending regular mailings on what's new in the app, but also you can always see what is new in the app, what we have ready for you. If you have any question about the app, you can always write to sales@allhours or to help@allhours.com. Okay, so let's see a bit if you have some questions from Marina. So maybe I can answer something to you guys. Okay, I have one question. As Marina said, there is no questions in the chat, but if you have any, please write back to me. But I will show you something maybe in the daily counters, as this is something quite interesting. Okay, so I can create a rule saying that's something interesting. Let me call it time new. I will remember when I will set it up. Okay, so let's call it a rule that will calculate other. So I will say, okay, give me only approved overtime. Okay, and I will say that you need to give me only approved overtime on the Monday, on the working days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Thursday. We are missing here. Okay, I will say I don't want any approved overtime before less than 30 minutes. So 30 minutes is flexibility. So calculate only if the threshold is exceeded. So less than 30 minutes we won't calculate. Okay, and I will say every day round to the nearest half hour. Okay, so 35 minutes will be again 30 minutes. 45 minutes will be 30 minutes. 46 minutes will be 1 hour, and like that. Okay, I want to have round hours, and also I will say that I don't want to have any. I will say cut if greater, and I don't want to have any time larger than 8 hours. Okay. So you see, I have quite a lot of possibilities to calculate the data that you want to see in the app. If you will have any challenges with setting your counters, as probably you are using them for managing your reports and payroll data, you can always reach out. This is one interesting example, but you can always probably you have some others from yourself also. Okay, 43 minutes. I think we are quite on time. Some questions? No questions?
No questions.
Okay, this is from my side. I would like to thank you for being here and have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.